Hello and welcome back to Suspended Animation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And this time around, it's a Netflix foreign movie, well, foreign to me anyway, Space Sweepers, not the original name, but Space Sweepers. Let me take care of some business first, then we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube does takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule. I have it up there. I change it out every week. I also have all the links to my social media. So Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. No tier save on the Patreon. Wait until I hit 1,000 subs, which I'm very, very close to. And then I can give you guys something when you give me money. And I also have the links to this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. And right now, I'm the only person that's posting anything in there. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's actually one other person that's posting stuff in there besides me. So let's get down to it, shall we? Popeye says the trailer for Space Sweepers looked promising but familiar. Hey, you took my recommendation. Yes, Raymond, I did, and I didn't. It was on my Netflix queue of things. It was just there, and I happened to watch. I was actually going to do Bliss, the Selma Hayek Owen Wilson movie, which I did watch, and I'm going to do that next week unless something better comes along. So I figured I'd do this instead. This is more sci-fi bent, and Bliss, yeah, it's a misnamed movie. That's all I'm going to say on that one. So the non-spoiler version for Space Sweepers. How can I put this? So it's a 2 hour and 15-minute long movie. It's English dubbed. So it's a space movie, kind of like in the vein of Firefly, Cowboy Bebop, something like that. About a ragtag group of people on board a ship in orbit around Earth, and they're basically cleaning up space debris. That's what their job is, because Earth is a polluted mess. It's the year 2092, and they get embroiled in a bigger plot, I guess you could say, that endangers pretty much everybody. The planet, and uh, they need to work the shit out, shall we say. And that's about as much detail as I'm going to get into in the non-spoiler version of this. It does have a sassy robot. Um, you've got a female, hard-ass captain. You got a badass, Jane kind of person that's in there. And then, of course, you got the nice guy who's actually being mean. So, yeah. So it's Wally. Not really. Bubs is more how can I say? Bubs is kind of like Chopper from Star Wars Rebels, if he had legs and uh a much nastier attitude, honestly. That's pretty much what it is. And for those of you who have watched Rebels, you know that Chopper is a fucking homicidal maniac. So yeah. That's all I'm going to leave it at on that one. So, is it worth your time for 2 hours and 15 minutes? Yeah, actually, it wasn't too bad. The plot's a little bit, the plot's okay, but there's some details within the plot that are kind of murky. And you know what? If you're sitting at home and you got nothing else to watch, it's got some decent special effects. I love Bubs, the smart ass robot. They did a good job with that, and it's not too bad. It's actually okay. Moving on, so I'm joking. You were talking about cleaning the trash off the planet. Oh yeah, it's not cleaning the trash off the planet. It's cleaning the trash around the planet, like old satellite space debris, stuff like that, so it doesn't crash into the planet. The planet's already polluted, and so Earth is just it's a shithole. Essentially, is what it is. Everyone lives in space that can afford it. Yeah. So, you get your haves and your have-nots, and you have a lot of have-nots, a majority of have-nots versus the haves on that. Yeah. So, with that said, with the non-spoiler version out of the way, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the movie. If you have not seen the movie, step away now. Go and watch it. You can come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. So there you go. Um yeah, everyone's been kind of liking this to Firefly. I kind of felt it was more Cowboy Bebop-ish in a way. Um but it was so the original title of this, the original Korean title translated to Victory, which is the name of the ship. And I think it's better than Space Sweepers because I think Netflix was kind of going more the janitorial route with this, that these people were just space janitors, if you will. And yeah, that's just it wasn't sitting right with me. Papa Pliskin says Earth is always in trouble in the future in every sci-fi movie. Yeah, because it gets worse every year. Um, but yeah, Earth in 2092 is becoming unlivable kind of thing. You got people living in orbit. You've got this gigantic corporation UTS, which sounds like a I don't know. To me, it sounds like a contraceptive. Maybe that's just me. And it's headed up by a guy named Sullivan, who is supposed to be 150 years old. Now, if you do the math on this, um, that means the year is 2092, and he's 153 years old, somewhere around there, 154 years old, which means that in 1992 he was 54 years old. And I'm wondering how he became that old. So yeah, I don't know. And then also there's this weird thing that when Sullivan, who is the bad guy in all of this, when he gets angry, I know it sounds like the Hulk kind of thing. He gets these red veiny things that come up his arm, his face, his hands, and I don't know if he gets powered or not. I know they keep talking about nanobots and all of this. I don't know if it's nanobots that are keeping him alive, but they never really explain what that's about. So we never really fully find out what that's about. And he ends up using this little girl who's named Dorothy, and actually her that's the other thing that's confusing is they call her Dorothy at one point, and then they call her the other name is Cottonim is what they call her, and so I don't know. That was kind of I think lost in translation mainly, and it was kind of confusing as to what the fuck was going on there. But she had an illness that they used. Her dad used nanobots in order to treat her, and as a result of this, she can now create this super plant that can remove pollutants from the air. So what does Sullivan do? He ends up sending this super plant to Mars, and he terraforms Mars fairly quickly. So what he's going to do is abandon Earth, send, the rich people to Mars to start a better world, quote unquote, and destroy Earth in the process. He's going to basically detonate a nuke or an atomic bomb inside this huge habitat that is in orbit over Earth. That will kill Dorothy because the radiation in it, which is called krypton radiation. Again, who knows? It's supposed to kill the nanobots in her. I don't know why he wants to. Well, I do know why, because otherwise people can use her to create plants on Earth to help Earth become green again. Yeah. So he wants to kill her and kill Earth in the process as well. And then everyone moves to Mars that can afford it. That's pretty much what it's down to. And so you have the working class man having to, they find Dorothy and through a series of misadventures end up saving the Earth, is what this is, And it's a long and drawn out. There's some stuff that was kind of repetitive that could have been cleaned up a little bit. And the whole side story of Taiho, his daughter or his adopted daughter, I guess you can say, being out in space someplace. Is she still alive? We don't know. That was the other thing that was kind of murky. Is he's searching for her body? She's got 3 years before she leaves orbit. There was an explosion that happened, and he's searching for her, but he didn't have enough money to search for her. And yeah, I didn't understand. Is she still alive? What's going on? Because at one point they psychically connect to her using Dorothy and the nanobots, and it didn't make any sense to me. So, like I said, there's a couple parts of this where it's like, what the fuck is that all about? And it just kind of, I was like, you know what? Just gonna let it go. Just gonna let it go. So, is Tom Brady still playing in 2092? Just his head. That's all, Popeye. Just his head. That's the only thing that's playing. And so yeah, it's a decent movie. Like I said, Bubs is the most interesting character for me, anyway. Bubs wants to become a real person, or not a real person, but basically wants to get some skin grafts and become looking human. And Dorothy, the little girl, or Cottonham, recognizes that Bubs is actually female, uh, which is kind of interesting. And so at the end, of course, we see Bubs as a young woman, and kind of funny. She still had the Bubs voice going, and wanted to change it out. So she's sitting there with Dorothy trying to pick out voices to so she doesn't sound so mannish, like Dr. Girlfriend. What do you want? You know, Brock, give me some more cigarettes. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's worth your time. It's fun. It's got like I said, it's got some good special effects. It's got a lot of good ideas in there too. And it's fairly decent for a sci-fi movie. And it looked like, it honestly reminded me of like a 90s sci-fi movie. There's a ton of movies that like came out on DVD, video, and all that stuff that you could just watch. And that was one of the things that was fun about it, is you can pick up some low budget movie. I'm thinking Robot Jocks, Arena, things like that, that from Full Moon Entertainment back when they were in the day there, and watch that kind of stuff and have fun with it. And that's what this kind of was, but with better special effects than they had access to back then. Did you miss episode 3 of Resident Alien? You did not. If you check the schedule on suspendedfanimation.com, you'll see that's tomorrow. So yeah, worth your time, definitely. So a good segue there, Apple Crow. What is coming up? Tomorrow is going to be Resident Alien episode 3, because they're going to air it tomorrow on TV, even though it's been out for a week on the Sci-Fi Channel app. So that's why I postponed it until tomorrow. Thursday, I will be. Am I off? You know what? I forgot what the schedule was. That's what happens to me sometimes. So let's take a look what I've got here. I can't even remember what I put up there anymore. Yes, there we go. Yeah, I did screw that up completely on the dates anyway. Um, Tomorrow is going to be Resident Alien. Thursday I'm going to be off. Friday will be WandaVision, and Saturday will be Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about, and we talk about it. Yeah. Raymond K. Hessel says this probably has better effects than the Snyder. Yeah, it does. Especially that fucking claymation dark side that he's got going on. I swear that thing looks, his dark side creation, every time I see it in the opening with the credits, it looks like a claymation figure. It just makes me laugh. Popeye says that's a good thing about Netflix. You get access to a lot of foreign films and shows you'd never be able to see back in the day. Yeah, true. I am liking that they're reaching into their foreign vault a lot more, and I'm seeing stuff from India, Korea, I saw a lot of stuff from Japan already, so that was on Netflix, but I'm seeing other countries now. So Latin America, because they have a whole Latin America channel as well. Um, Thai, Malaysia. Um, I'm trying to think what else. The Nordic countries. So you're getting stuff from Sweden, Denmark, which is also interesting that they're getting that kind of stuff as well. And nothing from Canada because nothing good comes out of Canada. We all know that. I kid. We know everything's shot in Vancouver anyway. That's here in the United States. Um, Apple Crow says I saw Psycho Gorman and really liked it, so give it a shot. Okay. Raymond K. Hessel says, "Yeah, did you guys ever catch Dark?" I like I said, I've tried and I can't get into it for some reason. I'll try again at some point in time. I just right now I don't have time. Yeah, it's got to be something I need to sit down and concentrate on or something like that. Yeah. I'm still getting used to the new job and stuff like that. So that's taking priority at the moment. Hmm. Yeah. So, and then also I'm still unpacking stuff here and there. And I look around and I see shit in disarray around my apartment. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I got for you guys. Sorry. I'm kind of like I said, the new job's taking a little bit out of me. Um, I'm learning a lot, but also feel like I'm really far behind at the same time, which is understandable considering this is the middle of week 3 for me. So, not too not too far fetched. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Popeye Pliskin says the platform movie on Netflix was strange about a year ago. Oh yeah, the one with the food that fell down from the sky and for prisoners and all that stuff. And yeah, I didn't watch it. I'm not a fan of those movies, so yeah, I'm really not a fan of like the Cube type movies and all that stuff. It just doesn't. I mean, that one that I did, is it worth my time? The one where the guys are in a different universe and they need to play games in order to get visas, otherwise they die from a laser from space or whatever, or from the sky. That was the exception on that one because it wasn't confined to an area. I don't know what it is. It's those ones that are just confined to a room or an area or something like that. It really just turns me off completely, and I don't like them. I don't watch them. So yeah. With that said, I'm gonna let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video. It pops up at the very end here. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, if you can, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there and all the links to my social media and all the links to my pages. I've got that there. Raymond says, glad to catch you on, guys. Can't wait for WandaVisions. Yes, WandaVision is fucking amazing. It really is. Resident Aliens, okay, but I don't think if they didn't have Alan Tudyk on there, it would be pretty damn horrible. It really would. He's the only thing that's keeping me in there at the moment. So, yeah, but I'll talk about that more tomorrow. Ah. All right, everybody. Thank you. I will see you again tomorrow for Resident Alien Episode 3. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may find yourself having to clean up a whole bunch of space junk for really little bits of money, all to find that daughter of yours that's floating around in space who may or may not be still alive. We don't know. And you have a jive ass, sassy talking robot that is taking all your poker money too. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, Stay safe, be well, take care, and don't forget to wear those masks. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.